Welcome back. Let's do question 4. We're going to look at question 4a1. We have to derive f of x. When you're deriving using rules, remember all the terms of the expression should be in the form a times x to the power n. And then when you're deriving, how do we do that? When you're deriving, we say n times a, or a times n, and then x to the power, and then you subtract 1 from the exponent, n minus 1. Okay, so this is the exponent times the coefficient, and then here you subtract 1 from the exponent. Okay, so now we have f of x. Let's start with 4a1. We have f of x is equal to fifth root of x squared, then minus 3 over x to the power 3. Right, so now this one you have to remember that the nth root of x to the power m is equal to x to the power m over n, right? And then for this one you have to remember that 1 over x to the power n is equal to x to the power negative n. Okay, so we can rewrite this. We haven't derived yet, we're just rewriting this. This one is x to the power 2 over 5, then minus 3 times x to the power negative 3. Now we have this in the form of this, we have this in the form of this, so we can derive now. So say the derivative of f of x is equal to, there's a coefficient of 1 here, so it's 2 over 5 times 1, there's a 1 here, invisible 1. 2 over 5 times 1, we get 2 over 5. And then we have x to the power 2 over 5 minus 1, minus 3. But let's see, we have negative 3 times negative 3. So it becomes positive 9, because we're saying negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, and then x to the power negative 3 minus 1. Okay, right, let's simplify this. Becomes the derivative of f of x 2 over 5 x to the power 2 over 5 minus 1, just like saying 2 over 5 minus 5 over 5. So it's going to be negative 3 over 5, then plus 9 times x to the power negative 4. But you can write this with the positive exponents. The derivative of f of x is equal to 2 over 5, then x to the power 3 over 5, then plus 9 over x to the power 4. Okay, but this and this is just same thing, that here we're writing our answer with positive exponents. Okay, right, let's do 4a2. Right, 4a2, again, for us to be able to use rules, our terms of the function should be in the form a times x to the power n. How can we deal with this? Here we have to factorize this. This is a trinomial, then this is a binomial. We can use the highest common factor there. Okay, so g of x is equal to, we look at the factors of positive 1, that can give us negative 2. Positive 1 means that the two factors are having the same sign. The negative 2 means that these same signs should be negative. So it should be negative 1, negative 1. Let's check. Negative 1 times negative 1 will give us positive 1, but negative 1 minus 1 will give us negative 2. So these are the factors, negative 1, negative 1. So it becomes x minus 1, x minus 1. We factorize the quadratic trinomial. And then here, the denominator, we factor out 4. Then we have x minus 1 inside the bracket. Then x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 is 1. We remain with g of x is equal to x minus 1 over 4, which is just the same as x over 4 minus 1 over 4. Now we can write this in the form, in this form. So it's g of x is equal to 1 over 4 x. We haven't derived yet. This is just same as 1 over 4 x minus 1 over 4. Okay, right. Now we can say 1, there's a 1 here, 1 times 1 over 4. We're deriving now. We get 1 over 4. Then x to the power 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 will be 0. Then the derivative of a constant is equal to 0. Remember, we're deriving terms independently. Each term is derived independently. And then what we get, the derivative of g of x is equal to 1 over 4, because x to the power 0 is 1. So we remain with this. Right, let's do 4b. The following information is given for a function f. F of 4 is equal to 5. You have to check what's the meaning of this. And then f prime 4, it means that if you substitute 4 into the derivative of f of x, you get 7. What is the meaning of this? So it says, determine the equation of the tangent to f at x is equal to 4 in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Let's go back to the information. So it means here, when x is 4, y is 5. So this point is a point on the function, it's a point on the graph. 1. Then 2, we have this. It means if you substitute 4 into the derivative, you get 7. It means at this point where x is 4, the gradient of the graph is 7. And then now says determine the equation of the tangent of f to f at x is equal to 4. So at x is equal to 4, the gradient of the tangent and the gradient of the graph are equal. Remember, at the point of contact, the gradient of the curve and the gradient of the tangent are equal. So meaning that at x is equal to 4, the gradient is 7. So we have the gradient of the tangent, and then we have the coordinates of the point of contact. So with this we can find out the equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. The gradient is 7 when x is equal to 4. So y is equal to 7x plus c. Now we're going to use the coordinates of the point. Where there's y we put 5, where there's x we put 7. So 5 is equal to 7 times 4, then plus c. So 5 is equal to 28 plus c. And then 5 minus 28, that is negative 23, is equal to c. Therefore, y is equal to 7x minus 23. That's the equation. Right? You can also use this one. Say y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. Right? These are the coordinates here of the point. This is the gradient. So y minus y is 5. So we put 5 there. X is 4. And then m is 7. 7. And with x minus 4 like that. Right? And then y minus 5 is equal to 7x minus 28. Right? Then y is equal to 7x. Negative 28 plus 5 is negative 23. Done. Okay. Let's do the last one. For C. Using the first principles, find the derivative of h of x if h of x is equal to 5x minus 8. Now we already know the derivative of h of x here is equal to 5. But we have to follow all the steps. When they say use first principles, we have to follow all the steps. We have our formula. So h prime x, which is derivative of h of x, is lim h approaching 0, and then h of x plus h minus h of x, all this over h. Okay, and then what we do, lim h approaching 0, this does not disappear, it will only disappear after substituting 0. So f of x plus h, where there is x, you put x plus h. Please don't forget even this one. Okay, so where there's x, you put x plus h. So it's going to be 5x plus h minus 8. This is f of x plus h. And then minus h of x This is h of x. Always put your h of x inside the bracket. Okay, so let's put this in the bracket. 5x minus 8. All this over h, right? Then which is lim h approaching 0. Then 5x plus 5h minus 8 minus 5x plus 8. All this over h, right? 5x minus 5x is 0. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0. And then we just remain with lim h approaching 0. Then 5h over h, right? Then h into h is what? Is 1. So we remain with lim h approaching 0, then 5. But now we don't have an h, so this is a constant. So it means we just remain with 5. So the derivative of h of x is equal to 5.